For truly God is worthy to be praised. If it had not been for the Lord who is on my side, I don't know where I would be nor what I will be doing Black History Month. Wow. Well, today is a good day here in Lubbock, Texas. As I look around to my left and to my right, in front of me and behind me, I see that everything is going well. And with that being said, that makes me excited to know that everything is going well at this hour. Because we live in a time where we don't know what's going to happen from the next minute or the next second. Which brings me to my topic today. When I think about difficulties in relationship, difficulties in trying to love, how do we do this thing called love? Well, as I read this, as I think about this verse that says, "Oh, no man, nothing except to love each other." And that's Romans 13 and 8. And it carries a powerful message all by itself because it talks about the importance of love and it talks about the importance of relationships in a Christian life. And I know sometimes when we think about Christians and the way they love, we think, who wants to be a Christian? Because look how they're loving. Well, they can only love you from the point of view how they know how to love, how they know how to love. When we think about love and we think about relationship, we put those together. First, let's get the love right, where it says, "Oh, no man, nothing." And if I had to use a topic for today, it would be defaulting in love. Well, you think about when you owe somebody something, when you owe a bill collector. Let's think about default, student loans. And if you don't have a student loan that went into default, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Or let's think about a bill. Remember when you wasn't able to pay a bill? Remember when you were robbing Peter to pay Paul, and every time you turn around, there was something going on. You never seemed like you had enough. Seemed like you didn't have enough money. But now it's like you have money flying from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Well, at that time, you was in default sometime. I'm just saying, sometime there was a little default going on. And that default came when we sit there and we say, well, I got to pay this, I got to pay that. So let me go ahead and do this because this is so important to me. But relationship and love, it means that we should strive to live a life free from debt towards others. If you owe someone something, they want their money back. But then my Bible says, "Oh, no man, nothing except to love them." But the one that we should always owe is love, love, love. Okay. So when we think about Romans 8 and 13, this verse encourages believers to fulfill their financial obligation honestly and responsibility, avoiding indebtedness, being in debt whenever possible. We know things happen. So the debt of love, um, man, wait a minute. First of all, did y'all know that we were indebted to love? Even when people don't love us back, we are indebted to love? What? When people act like they don't even know your name or they shun you off, you're still indebted to love? Man, that just don't seem fair. Well, even in our credit report after 7 years, stuff disappear. But love should never disappear. Don't let love start disappearing. That is just awful. We don't want love to disappear. So we want to stay focused on loving in a relationship. We want to stay focused on relationship. Wow, what's relationship? In a relationship, you can be in a relationship with yourself, but it feels better when you're in a relationship with someone else. But if you don't know how to love yourself, how can you love someone else? And that goes all the way back to that word LOVE, 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 learning over various experience, love. When you love, you go through so many experiences when it's to love. When you're friends, you can tell your friends everything. That's my best friend. I can tell him about this. I can tell him about that. You can talk on the phone for hours and hours and hours. You can hang out and you do things together. But then when you bring another person to say, oops, it's changed. Well, wait a minute. And I'm calling you out, Diamond J. I was listening to her podcast and she was talking about her talk show and she was talking about changing her friendship to marriage. Well, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, in my opinion, you still got to be friends regardless. Because if we take all this time focusing on how to be a wife, then you know what? Even the formula is wrong trying to be a wife. Because what works in someone else's house do not work in your house. When you met someone, you were their friend. They entrusted you with things, you know, you entrusted them with things, and that's what a relationship should be about. Let's trust each other. Let's be friends. Even when you get married, you still should be friends. Because think about it, when someone go out, they go out with their friends so they can laugh and have a good time. But if you're in a marriage and it's dull all the time, maybe you need to go back and realize and say, you know what, I never knew that you was an introvert. I never knew that you did not like being surrounded with other people. I never knew that you didn't like going like I like to go all the time. I never knew that. But is that a reason to abandon the love? Learning over various experience. Love. L is to learn. You have to get over some stuff. The O. The V is various things that's going on. And the experience that you learn. Those experience that you learn, they are a journey. And in that journey, you learn, oops, that didn't work. So let me work on this. So, oh no man, nothing but to love them. So we all are in debt to love, no matter what. You are in debt to love. And when I think about love, I think about Valentine's, how people go out the way and do all this stuff. Well, just don't do it on February the 14th. Every day should be about love. Even if it's GM, good morning. That's showing people that you're thinking about them. Even if you have to call them up sometime, just say, hey, I was just saying about you, I haven't heard your voice, whatever, you know. But just to totally diss somebody and we call ourselves Christians, no, 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 no. Again, LOVE, learning, L O, over, V, various experience. Because what worked over here may not work over there. So we got to go back and do what Romans 13 and 8 says. Love. Don't, owe no man nothing but to love them. So man, when I learned about that and I began to experience love, man, you know what? Love is painful because we expect people to love us from the same style or the same words that we put out there. Some people don't even know how. So I have been on this love journey for a long time, and I'm noticing a whole lot of things. And not only that, I'm noticing things about myself. You know, So when I think about a true relationship, when I think about a true relationship, I think about the characteristics of authentic, being your true self, wanting mutual respect, wanting mutual trust, and genuine care for one another. Remember, learning over various experience, learning how to be true in a relationship, learning how and what is your authentic self, learning how to even trust yourself as you trust your cookies with someone else, and being genuine. Don't change just because everybody else around you are changing. Don't you change, you be authentic. So when people know when they come to you, you're going to step off right. You ain't going to tell them none of this wishy-washy stuff. Man, man. Well, today is Sunday. As I look at this thing and say Wednesday morning, no, it is Sunday morning. You know, okay. While false relationship like these qualities, it may be based on superficial manipulation or deceit. So when I talk about love, learning over various experience, we got to realize don't manipulate people just to love them. Don't be deceitful. just to love them. Be your true, authentic self. Both parties have to feel comfortable being themselves and being honest. And you know what else I find about being honest? People can't stand to be honest. They'd rather for you to just lie to them to make them feel good. No, if you're not feeling it, be honest. Nah, not feeling it today. Nah, that's not where I am. Don't try to manipulate. I can talk about me. Don't try to manipulate me into what you want me to do, because we got to be our own true, authentic self. And it may not look like what you look like. Well, if it don't, then guess what? If you are a Christian, to be Christ-like. If you are a Christian and you say you're Christ-like, then guess what? You owe it to your brothers and your sisters to love one another. And you know what? We all brothers and sisters. And you know what? The acronym for me is love, learning over various experience. You know, if you don't pay a bill, they take your charging privilege away from you. So when we think about love and it says, oh no man, nothing but to love them, then you know what? We just need to be just a little bit more grateful and a little bit more thankful. No, it may not have hit your house yet, but you keep living, because every day ain't gonna be sunshine. You're gonna have some rain, you're gonna have some lightning, you're gonna have some thunder in your life, and you're gonna want someone to show you love. But guess what? The same love that you put out to other people, it's gonna come back, and that's the hurtful part. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you tell people that you love them. I mean, but if they're carnal minded, they would say, "Uh-oh, they're trying to get with me." Hello, boo. Everybody is not trying to get in love with you. And when I think about that word trust, trust is built over time. Trust was not built overnight. It takes time. A true relationship, a real relationship, a love relationship. They accept each other's flaws and accept each other's growth. Trust is built over time through consistent action and open communication. That's the thing. We have to have open communication. We got to have that deep friendship where both friends support each other through thick and thin. I think the older terminology, if I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Well, just supporting each other. You may not can go to every event, but let's be mindful. People have a life and they have to do things. Don't get mad at the other person because they're attending. Just kudos them on and keep it going. We got to keep this thing going. In contrast, false relationship may involve one or both parties pretending to be someone they are not. So let's get out of default in relationship. Let's get out of default in love and learn how we accept you for who you are. Love, LOVE, learning over various experience. Because let me tell you, if you never had a toothache, you can't tell me what it feels like. You can tell me, but it'd be superficial to me because until you feel that pain, and that's what in love, you're gonna feel some pain. And when you become an overcomer, it's when you overcome that pain. But listen, that experience, there's gonna be another experience, and there's gonna be another experience. By the time you get through experiencing in this life, you're gonna be dead. There's always gonna be some love. There's always gonna be learning, various experience to create that love. We gotta have trust. The main thing in love, you have to be able to communicate and tell someone, I ain't trying to be mean, but that's not what I'm going to do. And that's not what that means to me. And move on and be happy. Just be happy. Every day you can be happy. But guess what? When I'm looking at the hospital beds and I'm looking around me, I'm looking at people, emergency cars turning over, wrecks and whatever. Enjoy that moment. Enjoy your happiness. Don't let anyone make you bitter in your spirit. Because if the way your morning starts out, I learned it's the way your whole day is going to start out. So you take it upon yourself. And as I have my friends, I always tell them, wake up in the morning with a good song. Wake up in the morning happy and putting some joy into your life. Even when it comes to make a decision, don't make that decision right now. Back away, walk away, breathe, think about a good song, and then come back and say, now what you say? Sometimes you may even have to ask somebody, you want some Kool-Aid? You like some water? And then go back and make that decision. Love. Romans 13:8. Oh no man nothing but to love them. Glory love is L, learning, O, over, the, various, E, experience. And when we put it all together, you come from a different walk, I come from a different walk, they come from a different walk. But at the end of the journey, it's still about love, love, and a relationship. It's not just about February the 14th love. It should be an ongoing thing every day. You should be able to show somebody love. Have a blessed and prosperous day. And remember John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have an everlasting life. Love. My slogan is love. When glory shows up, LOVE comes up here with the. Have a great day.